Well, welcome to today's training. And we're going to be going through the Business Sales Accelerator Academy training course that we've been doing for a while now, almost half a year now, almost, give or take. And it's been really exciting to see all these trainings come together, and I hope you guys are applying the information that you've been learning. But today we're going to be going through something that I think can really help you, which is developing your sales skills. Because in the business that you're in, no matter what business you're in, you can call it what you want, but you're in direct sales, or network marketing is sales also, so you have to develop those skills. But today I have something very important that I think that's beneficial for all of us to learn, which is something that, not only I have struggled with, but I'm sure a lot of us do. So let's go through it. First of all, I'm going to go through 3 sales skills that you guys need to know. And I'm going to tell you one of them right here. It says right there at the bottom, it says, when you open your mouth, you're either making noise or creating value. Write that down. When you open your mouth and you're talking to someone, talking to a prospect, you're either making noise or you're creating value. So you got to see, you got to ask yourself, which one are you? Are you just making noise and talking for the sake of talking? Or are you actually creating value in someone's life? And we're going to talk about what that actually looks like. Because what I'm going to teach you are what's called advanced sales skills. I don't really close people, even though it appears like they do because they're excited to do business with me. But I don't chase people. I don't do a lot of follow-up after I've already made the presentation. I really don't, because I don't have to. You're going to learn some of those skills over the next few weeks. This is a series that we're doing right now. This is a training series that I'm doing, and you'll see why I'm doing it here in a minute. But it's so important that you understand what I'm about to share with you right now, which is this. You got to give value. So when you're out there building your business, you want to learn to give value. Now, here's the definition of value. Value is when you can solve a legitimate, expensive problem that your prospects want to be solved, and you're willing to give it to them for free. That's the definition of value in this particular industry. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is something that I struggled with for a long time, because I believe that I have a lot of value to give to someone or to give away. Here was my dilemma, the word free at the end. For a long time, for a long time, I've had a lot of mentors. I've had a lot of coaches. I've had a lot of people that are very successful that told me, Stevie, the way you're gonna build your business, the way you're gonna build your tribe and your following is by giving your knowledge away. And I was thinking, okay, that sounds great, but that doesn't make any sense whatsoever to me. I could not understand it. It didn't make sense at all. But I listened and I did not do it. But I did watch them do it. And I have a friend of mine, his name's Matt. He runs a real estate company, Epic Real Estate Investing. I trained him. He's on my website. I coached him and helped him with his mindset, helped him with his skill set, taught him the techniques that are in my academy and all this stuff. He went and built a multi-million dollar business. I just talked to him the other day. He said he owns about 50 homes right now. He's buying about 4 or 5 a month, not including his business. That's just his investments. That's not his business. His business is selling homes and selling the training that goes along with it. But here was the interesting thing, what he did. And I watched him do it. I mean, I sat there from the time he started it till now, and I watched the whole progression. But to know and not to do is not to know. In other words, I watched him do it, but I didn't do what he did, even though I taught him a lot of the stuff that I taught him. And so it was interesting because when I watched him do this, and I love Mercedes and I love Matt, and they're great friends of mine, but man, just watching what they've done has been nothing short of unbelievable. And here's what they did. They gave a ton of value. What Matt did is he created a podcast on iTunes, and he actually has the second biggest podcast, first or second biggest podcast on real estate investing on iTunes. And I remember when he started that, he told me, Steve, you need to start a podcast about network marketing and teach your stuff. And I was like, yeah, it sounds like a lot of work, but I don't know if I want to do that all the time. So I didn't do a podcast. And so what I did was I just watched him do his podcast, and I didn't do a podcast for myself. And by doing that, I watched him become #1 in podcasting. And it was interesting to watch him do that because it was awesome. I mean, his business grew, and I saw him become #1. And then I saw his real estate business grow, and he started going through transition. And then I saw him create an academy. He created a whole real estate academy. You can go to it, epicrealestate.com. Go check it out. You want to be a real estate investor? You go there. He's phenomenal. And here was the coolest part. I mean, I saw him develop his whole training system based on the same 10 steps that I developed here in my academy. Based on the same thing, he just turned it into real estate investing. And it was cool because when I saw that, I said, man, how much are you selling your academy for? He goes, dude, I don't sell it, I give it away. And I was like, huh? Are you nuts? You can be selling that for $500 a month or $1,000 a month or $50 a month or whatever the dollar amount is. I said, you can be selling this. And he goes, yeah, I know I could, but that's not my business model. I'm doing something else, so I'm going to give it away. And I was like, okay, do what you think, man. I ain't giving mine away. And I just kept coaching and, doing my thing. But I can see this disparity between what he did and what I did because I was afraid to give my knowledge away. I was afraid to give value first. Now, I gave a little bit of value, and we'll talk about that in a minute, but not like he did. He gives away his entire training system. And I just spoke with him at his event a couple months ago in Long Beach. I just spoke. I was the MC for his event. So I was introducing him, and he's edifying me, I'm edifying him, and it was a great meeting. And it was really cool. But I did a 3-day event with him, and I was the MC. I think it was 3 or 4 days. And I watched the people that were there, every one of them came from his podcast. In other words, they knew who he was. They all came to his event. He gave them the academy. They were all in his free academy that he gives them everything he does in advance. And he still sold $350,000 worth of product in 4 days, his coaching, because they wanted the Done For You program. They didn't want to learn it. They wanted to get it done. They wanted the fast track. So they were willing to spend up to $100,000 in advance to get the system done. But why would they do that when they already got it for free? I don't know the psyche of minds. I don't know the psyche of why people do what they do. But this is what I do know. It works. And I've been told this for years and years, and I didn't do it. And so the reason why I'm sharing that with you, because in network marketing and direct sales, you need to learn this one principle right here, is you need to give value. You need to solve a legitimate, expensive problem, and expensive to the person you're talking to. It may not be an expensive cost. Your product might be cheap, inexpensive. But the expense is this: their health is expensive. If someone's sickly, that's expensive for them, because maybe they can't go to work. Or maybe, the expense to them is they can't spend quality time with their kids or their family because they're always in and out of the hospital. That's expensive for them. Maybe they're discouraged and not confident anymore. So that's discouraging for them. That's expensive for them. So it needs to be a legitimate and expensive problem that your prospects want to be solved. That's another key, is that they want it solved. Not that you want to sell it to them, is that they want it solved. A lot of you sell great products, but people that you're talking to don't want the product and don't want to buy the product because maybe you're not selling them why they need to have. You're not solving their problem. You're just educating them about your product line. See, people don't buy because they're educated. People buy because their problem is going to be solved. And then the last thing is that you're willing to give it to them for free. Now, some of you can't do that, but you're going to learn some techniques on how to do that. Okay, so let's talk about this thing called value and giving value. I want to talk about this. So let's go through how that works. And there's a part of it is this: you got to give value in advance. Value in advance is the technique that you want to use. So let me give you an example, like giving away a box of chocolate. I call it the box of chocolate techniques. If you want to give away a box of chocolate to someone, let's say you want to sell chocolate and you have the best tasting chocolate money can buy. A lot of people like chocolate. Everyone doesn't, but some do. So you want to give them the chocolate. You want to sell them chocolate, and it's expensive. So you're going to sell this chocolate. Well, how do you do it? It's real simple. You give the people that like chocolate a sample of your chocolate first. Let them taste it. Let it melt in their mouth. Give them a nice glass of milk to go along with it. Or don't give them milk, actually. Give them some water to go with it. Maybe almond milk or something. But give them something to go along with it. And then they're like, man, I got to have these chocolate. How much is this? $15 for a box? Man, I just can't go home without these things. My wife has to pay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take a box. You see, that's one way to sell a box of chocolate is you got to give them a sample of that chocolate first. Now, when you think about your business, how can you do that in your business? Maybe you can't give a sample. Maybe you don't have the ability to give out samples of your product, but you can give them the sample of the knowledge of your product, of what it can do for them. Maybe you can give them that. Maybe you can educate them on what it can do for their benefit. Because once you ask questions and you listen to them and you find out what their real hot what is their need and their burn, then just talk to them about that. See, a lot of times you talk about things that they don't want. If someone wants to lose weight, why would you talk about the nutritional value of the product? They didn't care less about the nutritional value of the product. What they care about is it going to help them lose weight. If it does help them lose weight, they'll buy the product. They don't need to know all the details of the nutritional value. How do you know? Because you can go to any grocery store and they have some of the worst weight loss programs out there, but they still sell. Why? Because of the benefits it says on the box. That's why. See, in the network marketing, you're in the business of, and direct sales, by the way, you are in the business of conveying your message to people that want what you have. That's your business. And you have to get good at asking those questions to find out their need. Find out if they want chocolate. If they don't like chocolate, maybe they're allergic to chocolate, would you keep talking about how great your chocolate is? No, but that's what some people do. They sit there and talk about their chocolate and how great the chocolate is and how they need to have the chocolate and why they need to have the chocolate and tell them all the benefits of the chocolate for 2 hours. And people think, well, I can't eat chocolate. Sorry, I'm allergic to it. I'll die instantly. But you don't know that because you never ask any questions. You're so overly enthusiastic about your chocolate, how great your chocolate. This is a lesson I had to learn years ago is I need to learn how to sell chocolate. You know what I do? I give samples away and I call those strategy sessions. That's why I do a strategy session. And I have an 80, 85, 90% yes ratio. In other words, 80 to 90% of the people that get on a strategy session with me do business with me at some level. Why? Because I know how to give that chocolate and make it taste so good of all the things that they want that they say, yes, I'll give you whatever the price is. And my price is going up for coaching now too. You know, it's gone up incrementally over the years. And it's even more now because now I'm giving my content away and my one-on-one coaching is going to be probably twice, if not 3 times more than it was because I know the value. I know what it does for people. When people take what I teach and they actually apply it in their life, not just listen to it. There's a lot of people that listen to the training, but actually apply it in their life. I see the results that it creates. It literally creates millionaires for the people that are humble, take it, listen, and apply it. That's what happens. So you got to learn to sell chocolate. That's the first technique I want to give you. Second technique I want to give you. Oh, by the way, let's go through some bullets on that too, on the tips on that. One of them is you got to get them to want the chocolate that you sell, because if they don't want chocolate, they won't buy it. That's the first thing. The second thing is you need to offer chocolate for free and let them taste it. I mentioned that. The next thing is ask questions so you know what type of samples to give them of the chocolate. Maybe some people like white chocolate, then that's the kind of chocolate you should offer them. Not dark chocolate, because they don't like dark chocolate. They like white chocolate, so then you should offer them white chocolate. Maybe they like chocolate mixed with caramel. And if that's what you offer, then you give them chocolate mixed with caramel. You don't talk about the chocolate that you like. See, a lot of people want to talk about what they like and give the chocolate that they like. They don't want to buy the chocolate you like. They want to buy the chocolate that they like. Write this sentence down. People don't want to hear what you have to say. They want to hear what they want to hear. And I'm going to say it a different way. People don't buy what you want to say either. People buy what they want to hear. They're only going to buy what they want to hear. And you better start saying what they want to hear. That's what's going to get them to buy. The second thing, the next part is here, you don't try to force them to take the free samples. That's another thing people do is they try to force people to take a free sample. When I offer someone a free 1-hour strategy session, I know in that strategy session, I give them real tips that they can literally go use right then and there and get some activity going and produce. I give them some real meat in the free strategy session. So when someone says no to me, you know what I do? I say, okay, and that's the end of the conversation. I don't try to force people to take a free sample. I just say, okay, no problem. And I'm done. And that's the end of it. And I go find the people that want the free sample. It's kind of like when you go to the mall and you see those people out there trying to give away free samples. You don't see them begging people to take the free sample. Well, actually, sometimes I guess you do. Probably not the best analogy, but you get the point though, right? You don't want to force people to take the free sample. And then you do want to use what I teach are in the audio business card, the openers and inviting script that you've learned in the Business Sales Accelerator Academy. And you can click that link there and go to that website and check it out, which you're going to see here in a minute. And then, or the Business Sales Academy.com and check that out as well. Same place. But the bottom line is, this is one of the techniques that you want to be able to do is you want to give away your chocolate. That's number one. So the next technique that you want to learn is the puppy dog technique. The puppy dog technique. And that is a little different. The puppy dog technique is, you got to let them take it home with them for a little while. So they'll fall in love with it and they won't let the dog go. And here's some bullets on that. Make sure that the puppy or your product is priced right for the person. Make sure that the puppy is looking as cute as can be too. In other words, you got to make that puppy look nice and adorable so people are like, oh, I gotta have this dog. Oh, don't take the kids with you. Then it's a done deal at that point. Or, you got to also take the spouse and the kids along with the puppy, to go look at the puppy. Let me give you an example about this. We have a dog named Wellington. He's a little Cavalier King Charles. And my wife had been praying about a Cavalier King Charles for years. And we find out that the Cavalier King Charles are about $2,000 or more. And I was like, thank you, but no thank you. We can go look at them in the window. We're not going to go spend $2,000 on a dog, for any reason. It ain't going to happen. I'm sorry. I love you. We can go to the pound and maybe get a dog down there for free or something. So that, okay, we just left it alone. Plus, where we live, our landlord did not want a dog here. So we were at the mall one day, and we were walking through the mall. She goes, can we go to the pet store? I was like, sure, no problem. Let's go into the pet store. So we go in, and sure enough, they have 3 Cavalier Pure Charles. And they have this little room over there. So the lady's like, talk to my wife, of course. Do you want to pet it? You want to pet one? She's like, yeah, I'd love to pet one. So she grabbed the puppy out and took it into the little room over there. So she's playing with one. And then there's another one that was in there. So another couple was in another booth playing with that one. And they're just playing with the Cavalier King Charles. And people were like, wow, and Jamie was loving that dog. It was so friendly and loving and fun and cute. She was like, can we have it? I was like, Jay, it's $1,900. Huh? You're paying $1,900 for a dog. It ain't gonna happen. So I leave out the room. So I try to distance myself from the scenario so I'm not getting emotionally involved. So I go out and I go back by the cage and there's another one in there and it's sleeping. It's not a little lethargic, kind of like not doing much. And I was like, there's another one there. And I was like, oh, he's kind of cute. And I was like, how much is that one? She goes, $600. I was like, $600? Why are you so cheap? Oh, because it's been here a little longer, so it needs to go. So it's discounted. I was like, okay, cool. And so then all of a sudden, a line of people come behind me. Let me see that one. And I was like, no. I'm looking at that one first. So I grabbed that one. And I said, Jamie, take a look at this one. And so I gave it that one to my wife, the $600 one. And so she's in there playing with it and stuff. And so I said, yeah. And then all these people, like 10 people behind her, wanted to hold that dog. And Jamie would not let the dog go. So she goes, Steven, can we get it? Can we get it? I said, Jay, I'm not spending $600 on a dog. I'm not doing it. She goes, come on, please. And I said, okay. I kind of threw it off, kind of like, let me talk to my wife's scenario or let me talk to my attorney. I said, let's talk to the landlord. I already knew she was going to say no. I said, go talk to the landlord. Let's call her up and see if she's willing to let the puppy out. I'm thinking, okay, she'll be the bad guy, not me. So that's exactly what happened. So we called the landlord right there on the spot. She answered the phone. And she was like, actually, she didn't answer the phone. That's right. She didn't answer the phone. But the next day, she said, well, now there's people want the dog. Now, if she puts the dog down, it's a done deal. So she goes, can we put a deposit on the dog so we can come back tomorrow and get it? And she goes, if you put a $100 deposit, it's non-refundable. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm counting the cost here. I'm like, okay, if I do this non-refundable deposit and I do this, then I'm going to lose the money because we're not going to get it back tomorrow. But I said, for the sake of my wife's sake, I'll do it. So I invested $100 in keeping the peace in the house in my family. And so that's exactly what I did. And then what ended up happening the next day, my wife, we called the landlord, and sure enough, she goes, well, it's a little dog, and I know how you have kids and everything. Go ahead. You can have the dog. I was like, wrong answer. That's not what you were supposed to say. So what did I do? I went back to the store and I was like, okay, we'll take the dog. So we bought the dog and we now have a dog, $600 Cavalier King Charles. But they used a very important technique, was the puppy dog technique. They allowed us to play with the dog. They allowed us to test the dog. They allowed us to hold the dog and become in love with it. They discounted the dog so the dog was priced right. And then we had to buy the dog because everybody else wanted the dog. See, this is something you need to look at your product line and your business opportunity and how can you do the same exact thing when you're sharing your business opportunity with people. And that's the puppy dog technique. The next thing you want to do is you want to use, now we're going to go through some words. We're talking about some words that work and some words that don't work. Because it's very important, now that you got those two techniques down, you want to look at some of the words that work and words that repel people. One of them is the word appointment. If you're still booking appointments, you're probably scaring off people because nobody wants to make an appointment with a salesperson because the people feel like they're going to be sold something if they make an appointment with a salesperson. So we don't book appointments. What we do is we book time to get together so I can show you the program. Let's set up a time to pop by and give you some information, especially like in Legal Shield. I work with some people in Legal Shield right now. I have a lady right now who's killing it in Legal Shield. Her team is off the charts, the stuff that I've been teaching her. And what she did was she goes into businesses. And I said, teacher, don't talk about you're going to go there for a half hour to do a presentation. No, they're going to be sold something. What you do is just set up a time to pop by to give them information. And they'll let you do that all day long. And she's been getting appointment after appointment. She's been closing 1 to 2 groups a week, every week since I taught it to her. You know, so you want to say that, or, you know, you want to book a time to meet. Book a time to meet people. Book a time to meet. People will come to something if you just book a time to meet, but they won't book an appointment with you. You know, another word is interested. You don't want to use the word interested. Are you interested in something? See, interested is a buying word. That means that they have to make a decision to buy from you if they're interested. But if they're open, they might be open to take a look. So you want to give away that free puppy. Are you open to testing out my product? Are you open to coming to get a strategy session so you can learn why this can benefit you? Are you open to get a free strategy session so you can learn 3 tips on how to lose weight? We call those lead magnets online. You can do lead magnets offline. See, when I go meet people, I look for my best audio business card when I go out there. And my best one I found is what I do is I show people how to generate leads and convert those leads into sales within 24 hours so that they can make more money and close more sales. Who doesn't want that in sales? They all do. But you know how many audio business cards I had to go through to get to that one? A lot of them. I had to find the right one. And I found one that most people want in sales. And that's the one I use. Now, when they come meet me, they may want branding. They may want coaching. They may want many different things. But I use an audio business card, something that they want to hear, and I attract them to me. So that's another thing you want to use the word open or the word consider. Have you ever considered getting involved in a business of your own part-time? Have you ever considered, different ways to be able to, lose weight? Have you ever considered ways to be able to offer additional benefits to your employees at no cost? Have you ever considered, use the word have you considered and are you open versus do you want or are you interested? Another one is the word buy. People don't love to buy. Now they like to own. People love to own. They don't want to buy because buy means you got to sell. You got to spend money. I say things like, you want to just take it with you? You want to just take this with you? Oh yeah, when I used to sell cars, you want to just take this car home with you? Yeah, I would love to take it home with me. They don't want to buy it, but they want to take it home. You see the difference? It's that little difference that makes the big difference. It's the little difference that makes the big difference. Oh, in a horse race, some of the fastest horses in the world are running. The winning horse wins by an eyelash sometimes. But that little difference makes a big difference because the pot of the winner is $10 million or $5 million. The pot of the second place is $250,000. See, it's the little difference that makes the big difference. So that's why these words make difference. So, I say things like you want to pick up, or you want to pick up this, you want to pick this up. Especially if I have offers on, hey, you want to pick this up and take it with you? Yeah, I'd like to pick it up. I'd like to pick up that refrigerator. When I sell a major appliance, I say, I'd like to pick up the refrigerator this weekend and take it home. Yeah, I want to get that delivered this week. Or get started. How about we help you get started right away? How fast do you want to get started? Well, I want to get started saving money right away. How fast do you want to start generating more leads? I want to get started right away. See, people want to get started now. You got to ask the question, how fast do you want to get started? Oh, well, at about 6 months. Okay, well, we know they have no urgency. I look for people that want it now. Or let's take the next step. Okay, so let me show you the next step that we're going to take right now. The next step is you're going to give me the credit card right now so I can fill that information out. Then we're going to go ahead and book the time where we can go ahead and get you started, generating those leads and making those extra sales, the extra 1 or 2 sales a month. Is that what you want? Yeah, okay, great. What credit card did you want to use? Very matter of fact, and you have to learn to do that. You have to learn to ask those very direct questions. Here's another one, pay. No one wants to pay for anything. Pay means it costs money. They do want to invest. And you got to remember, when they're investing, they're not investing in you. They're investing in themselves. They're investing in their own business. They're investing in their own weight loss, in their own skincare, in their own employee benefits. They're investing in their own company. They're not paying for anything. They're investing. Or they want to let's go and get that money out of the way so we don't have to talk about it anymore. so we get the stuff that's more important. Okay. Well, that's what I do. I get the money out of the way. That's where I have a client right now. He does Facebook ads with me, and I built his sales funnels and everything online. He is a dog walking company, or not, I'm sorry, not dog walking, dog training company, dog obedience training. And he came over to my house, and I had him do a video presentation because I like to make sure I understand the product before I train him. I trained his whole team. And he came over, we did a video training of his presentation. So me and my wife acted as if we were going to buy his product. So he had to sell me the way he normally sold them. And I saw all the holes in his business. I went to his office, and his whole team was there. I trained them all. But the biggest thing I did with him is I took the price, because he used to tell the price at the end. In other words, he would talk about what they wanted and how it worked and all the benefits. Then at the very end, he'd say the price. I said, no, that's the problem. You can't say the price at the end. You got to say the price in the middle, and then build all the benefits up after that. So I just reverted that script for him that day. So instead of him going through this 15-minute long presentation, I said, your presentation needs to be an hour. You're selling a $3,000 product, a $2,700 product. You need to at least be an hour and 15 minutes. And I showed them how to walk around the house, get them to show you the backyard, show them their sleeping quarters, show them what kind of food they eat. Get interested in the product, get interested in the process, not just being there to sell someone. I walked them through the steps and techniques on how to help a person like you and get to want to talk to you. And so it was interesting, because after I was all done, he told me that he left that day and closed 3 sales that day at $2,700 each. And the only reason why he didn't close the 4th is because they rescheduled. It was that little difference that made a big difference. What we did was we took the price off the back, put it in the middle, and then built a whole bunch of value for it. He said one of the ladies took her up in the bedroom and showed him where he sleeps in the bedroom quarters and all kinds of crazy stuff. I was like, yes, it was not, I didn't have to teach you how to sell dog training. You know that. What I had to do is teach you how to communicate to people to get them to want to do business with you. He goes, man, this was crazy. So now he wants to do other stuff with me that we're going to be doing. So you got to understand, you already know your business. You know what your product is all about. You just got to learn how to use the right words that work to get people to want to do business. The next thing is the words sell or sold. You don't want to sell anything. You don't want to, nobody wants to be sold. People do want to own. So you can say things, would you like to own this? Would you like to own that service, that product, or how about, want to take advantage of this? Do you want to take advantage of that program that I've just put in front of you? Yeah, as a matter of fact, I do want to take advantage of it, of the opportunity. See, I help people get happily involved in the opportunity to take advantage of training and working with me. That's what I do. That's verbiage I use. And people used to think I used to sound stupid when I said that. No, that was one of my stupid friends that didn't know what the heck I was talking about. No, I help people, make a decision to want to do business with me. And it's just words that work that make the difference. So you can use, take advantage of. Or contract. Don't ever say, here, you got to sign the contract, or this is our online contract. No, it's not. It's an agreement. It's an agreement, or it's the paperwork. Let's go ahead and get the paperwork out of the way. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get the paperwork out of the way. Or sign here. That's another big one. Another big word that, is getting your people to not want to do business with you. Sign here, sign there. Here, go ahead and sign this. Nope. Nobody wants to sign. When you think of the word sign, what do you think? Let me take a look at, let me show it to my attorney, or, let me read the fine print. What am I doing? Signing my life away? When you ask somebody to sign, it automatically puts up a red flag. So what do you say? You say things like, okay it. I just need you to okay it. And you just okay the paperwork. Now, just be careful though, when you say okay, make sure they write their name, they sign their name, because sometimes they will put the words okay on the paperwork, and that's not going to cut it. So you got to make sure it has their name on it. So, use the word okay when you're talking to someone, or approve it. I need you to approve the document or endorse it. I need you to endorse it. Put your John Hancock on it. Now, I don't know who John Hancock is, but I know that's a saying that's been around for years, and it works. Just put John Hancock on it. Now. A younger group might not know what that means, but if you got a client who's probably over 40, they'd understand the meaning of that. But these are alternative words that you can use that work, that help people like you, know you, and trust you, and want to do business with you. Another word, never to say. And this is those never to say words right there, and they're probably in the wrong spot, but I'm leaving them there anyway. Trust me. Never, ever say trust me. Don't say that. Now, of course, if I'm talking to someone that trusts me, that knows me already, that's different. But I'm talking about cold. A cold market, never say trust you. Because, first of all, it sounds like you're about to lie right after you say that. Almost when you start to say, trust me. Because most of the time they're thinking, no, why should I trust you? You're trying to sell me something. So don't use the word trust me. Also, let me be honest with you. Don't say that, because what you're just telling them is that, let me be honest with you now. Everything up to this point I've been telling you has been a lie. That's really what you're saying by just saying that sentence, let me be honest with you. No, be honest with them all the time. Honesty should be your best policy and your only policy. You need to always be honest at all times. So that's very important. These are some of the words that work to attract your ideal client. The next thing is words that attract people, make people feel comfortable. Actually, those are words that work and words that don't work, but here's some words that attract to make people feel comfortable. Open, like I talked about earlier. Are you open to? When you're talking to people, I define out if people are open. I only want to do business with open people. If they're not open, that means they're closed, and that's not the person I want to do business with. That's one of those qualifying questions. All I do is find out if a person's open for more information, not open to buy. You're not ready to buy. You don't meet someone and say, hi, what's your name? Wow, you're pretty attractive. Are you open to get married? I mean, that's a little forward, right? That's a little too fast. You got to say, are you open to maybe having a cup of coffee first? And, get to know each other. That's kind of like, are you open to a free, 1 hour strategy session? So we get to know each other first. You got to date first, right? When you go get married, you don't jump in and get married after 10 minutes of meeting someone. But see, people in sales, that's what they do. They meet someone and they try to sell them something instantly. No, that's why I give them a free strategy session. I'll give them some free tips. There's times I'll go networking and I'll give away free tips to people. Up front, I give away free tips all the time. Even if they don't do business with me. Why? Because they'll remember me over someone else trying to sell them something. So I'm looking for open people, and that's who you want to look for. The next one is consider. Have you ever considered? Have you ever considered getting involved in a business opportunity? I'm looking, that's the qualifying questions right there. Have you ever considered? Do you keep your options open? Are you ever considered? Do you keep your options open? I just kind of go back and forth, asking those open questions, because that's how I find the right people that want to talk to me. Another one is it's easy. I use the word it's easy all the time because it really is easy. Now, it may be challenging to get through some stuff, but it's easy to do. No matter what it is, how difficult it may be, it's simple and it's easy. Let me give you an example. I have a team that does my graphics. I have a team that does my websites. I have a team that does my sales funnels and my Facebook ads and all this stuff. I have a team that does all my business marketing stuff. But, I wanted to do some sales funnels for the ministry. So I decided, I need to learn how to do this for myself. I need to learn how to build the funnels for myself because I didn't need to know how to do it. All I need to know how to do is sell it because I have a team that does it for me. But this week I just said, Stephen, I say this sentence all the time. If you want something different, you got to become someone different. So I need to learn this for myself. I said, because if I can get competent at that of myself without my team, there's certain things I want to do that I don't want to involve my team. I want to do for myself, like with the ministry. I'm going to build an entire database list and create an entire membership of videos to help people get their sins forgiven and be right with God. So that's my goal. So I want to do that, but I don't want to involve my ministry. I wanted to do it for myself. So I said, well, how do I do this? How do I learn this? And I've told you guys the sites that I use already. You can go to them and go check them out. I've already given you the websites and everything. Or you can go to the academy and check it out as well. But bottom line is, I dove in and I said, if I want something different, I got to become someone different. I got to go through the 4 levels of learning to master it for myself. I knew how to do the basics, but I didn't know how to master it. So this is what I did. I said, you know what? It's simple. It's easy. I'm going to figure it out. So here's what I did. I created it. For the last 3 days, I stayed up all night long and I built it. And here it is. The Business Sales Academy is different. It's not like it used to be anymore. Even though I still sell it for $3,000, not any longer, I'm giving it away for free. I'm doing exactly what Matt did. I'm giving my content away for free. I got hundreds of hours, thousands of hours of videos. And this is my strategy right here. And you can see the website. I built the whole thing. The whole funnel is built out all the way down to the emails. You guys can go check it out if you want. The 24 hours of training that we did a few months ago is inside this academy. And they get to have it for free. 200 people do, not everybody, but 200 people. The first 200 people get to go here and do it. And it talks about what they get. They want to learn how to be a 6 to 7 figure income earner. They can learn it right here. On Monday, I'm doing Facebook ads all around the world for network marketers to come into this academy. Now, why am I doing that? It's not because I'm in a network marketing business. I'm doing it because I'm giving my knowledge away to the people that want it. See, I used to sell it. And when I used to sell it, people didn't value it. Even no matter how much they paid, they didn't value it. Not to the level they should have, in my opinion. But this is what I decided. Since that's the case, I'm giving it away. So here's the website. You can take a look at it. And it goes through the details about me and what I do and how it works. And I built this 100% myself from scratch. I didn't hire anybody. I could have, but I chose not to. I made a decision that I was going to do it myself. Why? Because now I've done it once. See, and once I learned something, I can do it once, I can do it again, and I can do it again, and I can do it again, and I can do it again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this exact same thing for the ministry and for what I want to do, for my goals, for my dreams, so I can lead people to the kingdom of God all around this world. And this is the Business Sales Accelerator Academy from now on. So I'm doing exactly what I teach. I'm eating my own Kool-Aid and I'm drinking my own Kool-Aid. And I'm teaching people this information. Why am I doing that? Because it's that valuable. See, I've given this message and these trainings to people all over the world. Some take it and use it, most don't. Most take it and listen, don't use it. So what I did was I'm gonna go find the people that really want it, the people that are hungry. Because what I know with Matt, when Matt throws an event, he'll get 50, 100, 200 people there. We'll invest 100,000, 200, 300,000 hours with him in a day. And the same thing is gonna happen over time. See, I'll build a following through using a system that people all over the world are gonna be able to go in there and learn this material. And you know what? Everyone's not gonna do business with me, and that's okay. But that one that does, it's worth every penny of it. You guys all are welcome to go there. You're all welcome to send your teams there. There's about 200 spots right now. If you have people on your team, I'd send them to that website tonight, Business Sales Academy, and have them go in and start watching the training. And they can get everything that you saw, the 24 hours of training is in there. It's in the system. And these types of trainings right here that I'm doing right now, some of them will be available as well. Why? Because I want to make sure that people get the information that want it, that are going to use it and apply it in their business and get the results that they want. So these are words that work. So if you notice how many times I said the word, it's simple, it's easy. No, it's no big deal. Does that make sense? So these are words that you want to use on a consistent basis. And you know, it's no big deal. Does that make sense? Let's get started. These are words that attract people, make them feel more comfortable. And so I really want you guys to understand that this training today is designed to really help you learn sales skills. And you guys are going to get a lot more sales skills from me over the next few weeks. I know I've been teaching a lot of things over the years and a lot of different types of topics, but we're going to really get into honing in your sales skills because I want you to learn. And you can come to this training and learn this information. You can send your team to the academy so they can get the academy, they can get the information, and they can go learn how to build the business and learn how to build your business. Again, I'm gonna tell you, I just appreciate all of you guys so much. You have no idea how much I care about helping you guys grow your businesses. I hope you like what you just saw. I hope you go take advantage of it. And next week, we'll be back here, same time, same channel. Okay, good night, everybody.